What's good, everybody? So, I was watching ESPN. Um, no, I was watching. What I was watching? I was watching it, the TV show with Kansas, NBA Today, and there was a stat that every the starting Knicks five, all their players were in the negative. Because, plus and minus. Yeah, everybody was in the negative, which is crazy. Because for the people who don't know, plus and minus is very huge. A lot of people skip that part because they don't really. For some players, for some people, they don't know what that means. It basically means your impact on the court, right? If you're -6, that's bad. If you're +7 or you're +14, that's good. Knicks starting five, all of them were negative. Now it's like saying, wait a minute, this can't be happening. Something's got to be wrong. You would have to literally go back to find a number one seed. Actually, number two seed. Boston is number two. You would have to go back and find a number two seed who lost both games at home and still wind up winning the series. The closest that I can remember is the Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's how far I can probably go back. Cleveland lost both games at home. This is when they had Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. They lost both games at home. I think the Raptors were the number 3 or number 4 seed. They wound up losing both games at home, the Cavaliers, and they went on the road and actually beat the Toronto Raptors twice. You remember that last buzzer beater LeBron James did a little floater on the top of the glass? And they said, Toronto, good night. This is for you. Isn't that? So that's how far I can go back to remember the last time a number 2 seed lost home games, 2 home games. Because something, like I said, man, it just doesn't feel right. I mean, for the Celtics to play bad at home, tomorrow's going to be a different energy, man. I just feel like Boston, when they backs up against the wall, they're gonna. I wouldn't be shocked if Boston lost the series, but it just goes to show, man. I want to celebrate, but something's telling me that this series is far from over. Celebrating too early, that's another thing Knicks fans need to work on. I know y'all want to celebrate, but celebrate when the series is over. Celebrate when y'all moving on to the next round. Don't celebrate when you're up to nothing. That's like, that's like loser mentality type stuff, you know. And I've been in that situation too, where I was up like 2-0, I felt confident, and then, the next following day I just lost, and then I lost again, and then I lost again, and then I lost again, and, I lost like 300. This is way before I like had YouTube, but like we just like Knicks fans just have that winning mentality so much that when we do win, we don't know how to act, because on the flip side, Boston has been there before, right? I'm pretty sure on their way to the championship, they had first adversity before. So, and I'm pretty sure they've been in this same predicament before, you know, where they lost 2 games at home and they had to bounce back and send a message like, we here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going anywhere. You know? The Knicks fans are going to go right back. Oh, trade Brunson, trade Cat, trade, Mikal, trade OG, fire Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if crap doesn't go their way, they act like LeBron James fans, you know. Now, if the Knicks want to go up 3-1, then they gotta perform way better at home, because that game against the Pistons, where they needed to shut them out and get rest, they didn't. And that game literally surprised me, because I thought they was gonna come in Madison Square Garden and just, put their foot in their necks. You know what I'm saying? Like a snake. Just squeeze the life out of them. They gave them life instead of taking their life. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, Knicks fans just gotta control the composure. This series is far from over. And I don't even think Porzingis. I think Porzingis didn't play week. No, he didn't play game 1. He played game 2, but he had to leave, so he didn't really finish. The series, and I don't know how long he will be out. Like he's kind of like that. Their X factor. So like I said, the other guys are gonna have to step up. Whether it's role players, rookies. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna have to do more. But we'll see tomorrow night, man. We'll see tomorrow night. So yeah.